Hi, this is Roger Conrad. I'm co-editor of MLP Profits along with Elliot Gue. And what I want to talk to you about today is a trend that's affecting very positively a number of our recommendations. We have three portfolios in MLP Profits. One is a portfolio that's very conservative. It's based around infrastructure assets that earn fees. That's our conservative portfolio. We also have an aggressive portfolio, which is based around companies that produce a lot of energy. So obviously they're affected very much by energy prices, what happens with them. So, and therefore their dividends are higher. There's also a little more risk, and so therefore they're more aggressive. In between those groups, we have another segment called the growth portfolio. And what we own in there are basically companies that are centered around fee-generating assets. Again, assets that don't vary in terms of profitability with energy prices. And attached to those are other assets that are somewhat exposed to commodity prices. So by owning this group, investors can get a little bit of commodity price exposure, but again, backed by very strong dividend protection with these great fee-generating assets. And as we saw over the past year or so, having these fee-generating assets really helped these MLPs hold distributions. Our group, there were no cuts among our group, and in fact they continued to, even some of them increase dividends over that time. Well, now we have a very positive factor starting to impact them, and that is the recovery that we've seen in natural gas prices over the last month. A lot of these companies, if they have a signature asset that's commodity price sensitive, it would be gas gathering systems. And these are basically the small pipes, the types of things that hook on to wells and carry that energy into processing centers and larger pipes where then it's shipped and refined and taken to market. So this is really kind of the boots on the ground segment of energy assets. And gathering system profits depend very, very heavily upon the level of activity, number one, and also on the level of spreads and so forth that they can make for the energy that they put into their system and then what they take out of their system. So they're very much affected by commodity prices. These businesses have been very damaged by the big drop in natural gas prices, which was really ongoing up until the early part of September. But since the beginning of September, we've started to see these businesses rebound. We've seen the share prices of some of these MLPs rebound. And we think this is a trend that we'll see continue for some time to come. So again, a nice little incentive for owning this little group of companies, which pays big dividends, a little bit more than the conservative group, probably a little less than the aggressive group. But those dividends are again, have some strong upside from rising energy prices. And at the same time, you have that protection from the asset group. So again, take a look at those, and we'll chat with you next time.